Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with the Rude Man. We're back in Brazil. Not too many more weeks. Let's see, today is Halloween. And let's see, we got, 12 days to get the new game. So just shy of 2 weeks, we'll get the new game. You have to forgive me. I'm having a little bit of Hershey's chocolate. My blood sugar's a little bit low. I didn't get lunch. I ate a little bit of oatmeal this morning, and I don't eat breakfast normally. So I really wasn't hungry enough to eat lunch at noon. So I skipped it. And then I looked up and it was 1 o'clock, and I thought, oh my God, I'm starving to death. But it's too late because here I am. Thank you, Scorp. Tim's here. I'm doing okay. Hungry. Addie just got home from school because she's working on some kind of a Halloween costume of some kind. Anyway, let's see. Let's put some speed on. And then my game got messed up from Tuesday. When I left the game on Tuesday and I said goodbye to you guys, normally the first thing I do is save the game and then stop it. I didn't do that. I windowed out of the game and started dink-assing around on the computer, and the game kept running. So all the rice that I was working on wilted, and you can see I didn't pick up the windrow. So everything's messed up. Everything got messed up. So game-wise, we're still a couple of days out here. Like this has been harvested. This is growing like mad, but it's got. I just got messed up. It's just screwed up, and I don't know what to do. Let's go look at the rest of it. So this was wilted just a minute ago, and now it's showing that it's harvested. So I can't do anything with it. None of this has been worked. This all needs plowing. So I guess, hey Mason, I guess I've got plowing to do, but I want to pick up that grass. Well, I can't see it, but that doesn't mean I can't pick it up, I guess. Well, I don't know. I'll have to. Again, I can't see it, so I don't know where it's at. Let's see. Did we put that down? Yeah, put that down, put that out, and start it up. I'm just going to run through here and do my best not to miss a spot. I guess I could wait until it's ready to harvest again, and then it'll just have double hay on it. It'll have hay on it instead of just hay. It'll have hay. Man, there's bound to be some I missed doing it this way. This is a crazy way. Crazy way to do it. Tim's still twitching. Kids are dressed as something when they went out to school. I'm figuring everybody's going to be dressed as in a garbage bag because we're all garbage. I'm waiting to see how many people just put a garbage bag on and say, look, I'm going as a piece of garbage. I don't know if I'm doing any good here. Just let it go, I guess. All right, I got plowing to do, though. A lot of plowing to do. Get the plowmobile back. Hey. So nothing planted, nothing gained. Nothing planted, nothing gained. You do you inspect your kids to make sure they're decent to go to school? I always remember it wasn't that it was not decent, but my little brother, a year younger than me, and we found out one day, and he'd been doing it for a while, nobody caught him. He would get up in the morning and he'd have pajamas on, and he would put his school clothes on over his pajamas and go to school that way. And when we caught him doing it finally, why would you do that? And he says, because then when it's bedtime, all I got to do is take my clothes off and I'm already ready for bed. Oh, God. That's almost as bad as when I made the comment the other day about people that had dirty underwear and they either didn't want to do laundry or they didn't have spare, so they just turn their underwear inside out and wear it another day. People got grossed out on that one. Are you being serious? And I said, well, no, but I bet it's been done. Whether I'm serious about it or not, I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me that people have done that. I've seen people take a shirt that was dirty and turn it inside out and wear it another day instead of washing it. I don't think you could do that with pants. Although Marky Mark used to wear his underwear outside his pants, if you remember that. Yeah, efficient, yeah. I bet he got hot, though. Jeez. I can't remember at the time what the pajamas were like, but in the wintertime we had like flannel pajamas. And I can't remember. School time would have been in the fall and winter, because you take summers off, right? So they were probably flannel pajamas. It's funny that I wore pajamas as a kid, but as an adult, I've never had pajamas. I don't like clothes on when I sleep because when you roll over, if you've got a shirt or what would you call it, a pajama tops, I guess. Or some people just sleep in like a t-shirt, right? And you wake up and it's all wrapped around your neck because you roll over at night and stuff, and I don't like that. And then, otherwise, people say, "Well, okay, I don't wear a t-shirt or pajama bottoms, but I do wear my underpanties." It's just a shock when you wake up the next day, and you've got hers on and she's got yours on. What the hell happened? You know what I mean? How does that work? I thought these underwear were a little tight. You gotta have to think about that one because I don't understand it. I'm gonna get stuck on a tree. I don't think there's anything else to harvest. I think I got everything. Because I think the rice is not ready. I can fly over and I'll fly over. Fly over country. We're in flyover country. Is this mine? This is mine. See, and it's harvested. There's nothing on there. I don't think this is mine. No, this is Rudolfi's. And this is Rudolfi's as well. So this is mine. And it's harvested. So everything needs to be plowed, I guess. Nothing's harvested. Scorpion's beating the snot out of his tractor. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, this is Rebecca somebody. Okay, and this is rice, and it's been harvested. So all of this has been done. All of this has been done. Yeah. Everything's done. I just need plowing and seeding and all kind of stuff. Lonnie, hello, how are you? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Have to get you a free tractor. Every time I do it, something goes wrong, though. It's because I have to window out of the game. Oh, it's also because I'm doing YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So if I give a tractor out, it gives two of them out. It must do one for YouTube and one for Twitch. Plus the fact that I have to window out of the game to do it. There we go. Lonnie, you just got a free tractor for the follow. Thank you. Everybody gets one. Most expensive, biggest tractor we could find. Cheapest one, too. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I think I'll wait. This is growing. It'll be harvestable someday. I guess there's nothing for me to do but plowing. Right? Do I have a logo and a banner? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had all that stuff. I've been doing this for years. Are you a graphic artist, Lonnie? I get one of those almost every live stream. Somebody comes in and wants to do that. But the problem is that, I've been doing this for a while. I'm 71 years old. I'm not trying to grow my channel. I can barely keep up with what I do now. And so I'm not trying to grow my channel, so I don't use a lot of new graphics and stuff like that. I've got banners, I've got the memes that I'm running, that kind of stuff, and that's about all I need. So, in other words, I like the stuff that some people are doing with their graphics and stuff, but I don't need them on my channel. So I wouldn't be a very good customer. Anybody remember where I left my plow? I think it was over here. There we are. Well, somebody's doing a good job. Who's working the plow? John's here. I got a comment from Farmer Steve in Australia. He watched live stream on Tuesday. He watched it all the way through. I know he did, because he made a comment about seeing Addie in there. Right at the end of the live stream, Addie popped in, and she didn't know I was still recording. So she made it on camera. When I said something about her being on camera, she freaked out and ran. And Farmer Steve commented on that. He thought it was pretty funny. John, what are you doing? Looks like John's doing a slow dance out here. Here, I'll take over. I just let John go. He needed a break anyway, right? Ah, hit the fence. Addie, what are you looking for? Huh? Battery, what kind? I don't have AA. I've got AAA. No batteries. Yeah, I don't. Technology moves on, you guys. It moves on. Almost everything I used to have used AA batteries. Now they use AAA batteries. I've only got a couple of things that use AA. I think I've got a portable mouse, a remote mouse still that uses AA's, and I can't think of anything else. So I don't buy them anymore. I used to buy them in the packs at Costco where you get like 100 batteries. You literally don't get 100 batteries. But I don't know how many came in the pack. Maybe 25, 26, 50, whatever came in a pack. I'd buy a pack of them. But if I don't have a need for them, then they sit there and by the time you use them, they're no good anymore. They've reached their expiration point. Matt's here. My plow's in the last place I looked. Yeah, that's about the size of it. All right, moving on. That one's done. Let's move to the big field over there. And I can't get there because there's no... Oh, I didn't want to do that. I can't get there because the gates are too narrow. And I can't get the tractor or the plow through. So I have to teleport. So we're going to teleport over to this field right here and open the plow back up. All right, let's hire somebody. Who'd we hire? John again. That John just does all the plowing, I guess. John's a plowing fool. And I mean that in a kind way. I don't suffer fools. So it's not that kind of fool. It's just that he's happy and joyous when he does plowing. So he's a little fool about it. I still got this chocolate I'm trying to eat. I didn't have lunch. Thank God the chocolate doesn't crunch, I guess. So I'll put the camera back on and there'll be chocolate all over my lips and around my mouth. Hey, I love this new chocolate. It doesn't melt. Right. What was that old advertisement about M&Ms? Melt in your mouth, not in your hand. That was bullshit. I've had plenty of M&Ms melt in my hands. False advertising. Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Give myself a little room on the end here, and then I'll hire somebody again. M&M with peanuts. Well, you'd be right in here. We buy an assorted pack that's got M&M peanuts. Nobody eats them. They'll eat the Reese's peanut butters. They'll eat the Hershey bars. They'll eat the Twixes. They'll eat the what else is in there? Milky Ways. They'll eat the Snickers. And then when it's all said and done, we got a pile of M&M peanuts that nobody ate. Nobody likes them, I guess. I don't even eat the M&Ms. Somebody does, but I don't. I think Carol does. All right. I got to do the same thing on this end, then I'll hire somebody. Although I just did hire somebody, but I fired him. It's funny how that works. Hand over the chocolate and nobody gets hurt, eh? Do you have any chocolate around my mouth? You might think, well, you should have probably eaten something besides chocolate. And you'd be right. I probably should have. But that's all I've got in my fridge right now. Well, except for sodas. I had some sliced cheeses in there. And they were not cheese slices like you'd put on a sandwich. What they were is Tillamook. They were little cheese squares, little squares, about the size. Anybody know what a Triscuit cracker is, or a Ritz cracker? You know, the size of a Ritz is round, but the size of the Triscuits are square. These cheeses were cut to fit on the top of a cracker, but they're a little bit thicker than a slice. And there was pepper jack. There was a white cheddar and regular cheddar. And man, those cheeses were good. And I had them in my fridge, but I took them out last night because I got some more medicine in yesterday that needs to be refrigerated. And when I put it in the fridge, well, it took up all the space. So I had to take the cheese out. I couldn't get the door to shut. So now, on a day when I would need something like that, I don't have it. I hit a tree. I started to cry, which started the whole world laughing. I can't remember that song. It was kind of sad, though. Well, anyway, you might ask, okay, if you should have eaten some food, some kind of protein, which is true, and not chocolate. But I did check my blood sugars just before I sat down, and they were a little bit low. So the chocolate isn't going to hurt me. I actually need a little bit of something. So let me check and see where I'm at now. All righty then. Yeah, it's down lower than it was. It's going down fast. You can't see it. But yeah, you can't see it. It's too bright. It was clear up here and it went and it's diving, so it's not dangerous. It's pretty good actually right now. But the problem is I've still got an hour and a half to go with nothing to eat, so if it's going down, it's probably going to keep going down too low. I don't want that to happen. And it's not time for a soda yet. So hence a couple of pieces of chocolate isn't going to kill me. I shouldn't say that because it probably could. Mason, did you bring your mason jar? Mason brings a mason jar full of white lightning. Moonshine. You know, I got enough money. What I probably should do is my controller. Set my controller down. Can't find it. Mason says he's got his mason jar with him. I could lease another plow, but I don't have a... Well, actually, one of the other tractors probably would pull it. They're pretty powerful. Those tractors, they don't look it, but they're about 1,100 horses, if I remember right. Okay, well, let's get out of this and get into this. I could lease another plow. Let's do that, because this is going to take forever. Plow. Notice it says plow and not plow. Doesn't say plow. Okay, so I want the 82. I want the biggin. I want the biggin. So we'll get the biggin, and I'm going to make this a different color so I know it's the least one. Oh, that's ugly. That's ugly too. I'll do a green one. I don't need the attachers. Rim colors, I don't care. And then let's just lease it. Yeah, these tractors, I got them beefed up pretty good. They are considered a large tractor. It is a large tractor. The old JCB, it's a monster. All righty. So let's run this guy over. This one's going to be done here in a minute, and I'll let him take over here. But let's start on these two right here, these two fields right here. So we'll just move that guy over there. Spread his wings. Scorpion wanted pink. I knew you would. I just can't blind myself like that. I'd be blinded every time I look at it. Now, I got a tree up there in the way. That's going to be a problem. Let me sneak over this way a little bit. Hire somebody. Who we got? Uh-oh, Bill's working. We're in trouble now. I don't know if I can afford Bill. I don't know what it is, but I've had something running in my mind for the last half hour, and it just won't go away. And I don't know where it came from. Anybody know what pinto beans mean? I got something in my head. It just keeps circling round and round and round. I don't know why. Just a voice saying pinto beans. Uh-oh. We got a spot we missed there. We'll have to catch up on that one. Maxwell, thank you for the follow. We need to get Maxwell a tractor. Everybody gets a tractor. The biggest tractor, the most expensive tractor we can find. Everybody gets one free that follows or subscribes. And if I do it, you might get two. The musical fruit. Uh-oh, I just fired Bill accidentally. Whenever I take over the tractor, the worker that I hired gets mad and leaves. Tim got himself a tractor. Let's see here. I can do it, but it's gonna mess up. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it'll do it twice. Let's try. There you go. There's a tractor for you. Let's see if you get 2 of them. Yeah. Yeah. You got 2 for the price of 1. Must have been a sale today. See if I hit that tree. Is this soda time yet? The chocolate made me thirsty. Does chocolate make you thirsty? I don't think so. Does it? So, remember when I had somebody, and I don't know who it was, that came in and told me that the picture of me, you know, the camera picture up here of me, was too big. He didn't like it because it was too big. There too much me. I was watching somebody play in Baldur's Gate last night, some chick. And my God, her picture took up a good quarter of the screen. It's not bigger than what I've got. It did. It took up on the screen there. Oh, hell. Yeah, it was huge. It's at least 3 times the size of mine, what I've got up there. Chocolate makes you thirsty? Oh, man, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have done it. I don't need to be thirsty. Gimme something to fix my thirst. Pinto beans is a variety of common bean. In Spanish, there are called frijoles pintos. Yeah, somebody knows how to Google. Who used to do that all the time, and I used to... Oh, it was Gino. I haven't seen Gino in a long time. Gino, I used to tell Gino, man, you're the fastest Googler I've ever seen. Camera makes your head look bigger. It can't. I know people say that, but I really, seriously, I have the smallest head. You give me a kid's baseball hat, and I have to put it smaller. I have a very small head. Carol's got a bigger head than I do. All right, let's see if I can hire this person. Now the problem is, they still think this is 2 fields. So it's only going to do this field, I think. It's not going to pop over and do that other field. Because the game still thinks, see, I took 2 fields and plowed them together. I should have taken that tree out, and I didn't. I still could. Should I take the tree out or not? The 2 trees. It looks like there might be 2 trees in the way. Oh, there's a reason why I didn't take them out. I can't take them out. I tried to take them out, and it wouldn't let me. I'd have to use Giant Editor to take them out, and I don't want to mess with it. So, never mind. Some big holes in my field here. I am Catholic. I've got holy fields. Hey, look, it's going to do it. It did it. It's never done that before. Maybe because I've already went through it manually on the very left of the of the plow, you'll see that I'm in already plowed field. I wonder if that would make a difference. We'll find out if it does it again. If it does it again, then that's not the reason. Because if I'm not driving, it knows the width of the plow, and it won't overlap. Like the left side of the plow was overlapping where I'd already plowed because I did it manually. But now somebody else is working. Who is it? Tim. Tim is working. Oh my God, Tim. You're working. Plant your own damn pinto beans. I shouldn't curse at Tim. It's just a joke, Tim. Just kidding. Now I'm going to get myself in trouble. Okay, see, notice on the right-hand side, we're not overlapping anymore because the hired driver knows the exact width of the plow. So let's find out if he's going to continue on through this field. And see, I'm not driving. No hands. They did it, so I don't know what's going on. They used to not do it, so do it. Dennis, hello, Dennis is here. How you doing, Dennis? So I was all hot to get into not Resident Evil, Red Dead Redemption, the first game, and my plan was to actually do it on Tuesday because that's when I got the game, but I had to do a live stream, so I did the live stream for you guys, and then I was going to play Red Dead. Well, something happened when I got off that. I couldn't get back to playing video games that day, so I didn't get to play Red Dead. So then, okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow was yesterday, and yesterday something came up again, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do. So I still haven't started a game on the original Red Dead. Now, I have played it through. I had it on the Sony PlayStation because if you remember, it never came out on the PC. The game that I purchased on Tuesday is the first version that's ever been on PC. And they've beefed up graphics up, and it looks really good, and colors are great, and they've, fixed some things and did whatever it is they're going to do. But I didn't get a chance to start the game. Now, today, here we are, and I'm doing another live stream. And you're lucky I'm here because I had something that kept me busy right up until 1 o'clock. And finally, I had to tell Addie, because it's Halloween. Addie's trying to do costume stuff and had to go to the store and do this and do that. I had to go get her from school. She went to school early. Addie's in a alternative program because she can't seem to stay in school. So they put her in an alternative program. It's kind of an accelerated program, but she can do her own hours pretty much. So normally she doesn't go in until about 11 o'clock, and she gets out at 3. Today she had stuff she wanted to do this afternoon, so they let her come in at 8 o'clock this morning, and she's already out by noonish, by noon 30. So that's where I was at noon 30, picking her up from school. And she won't let anybody else do it because I'm the only one that'll let her drive. So she wants to drive, and nobody else would let her drive. She's better off not driving with Carol because Carol can't handle it. Carol terrified all of our kids, trying to teach them how to drive. She was going to go out with Jeff when he was 16 and teach him how to drive. When he got home, he was white and shaking. He was so afraid. She scared him so bad that he then would not drive. He didn't drive anymore until he was in his 20s. Finally, in his 20s, he had to have a car to get to work. So he finally did get his driver's license, and I bought him a pickup to drive. He's a big kid. He's 6'3", 260, 70, 80 pounds. And so I figured a pickup would be a good rig for him because he's so big. He didn't like it in the long run, but he drove it for, God, years. He drove it for, I don't know, 10 years or so. Maybe longer. Drive you to 7-Eleven. Well, like I told you, Scorpion, the main reason I got Addie her permit right away, she didn't have any form of ID. So she was trying to work this summer. She couldn't get a job. She needed to get most of these jobs now want to do direct deposit. So you have to have a checking account or a savings account. Well, she couldn't get one without ID, and I already told you she had trouble staying in school. So she didn't even have school ID because she missed the day they did the school ID pictures. So she didn't even have a school ID she could take in. So I told her, well, here's the book, study the driving book, and take the written test, and they'll let you get a permit. And that'll give you a state ID. In Oregon, regular ID is this shape right here. Uh-oh, I'm going to hit that tree. Who's driving? It's still Tim. Tim, are you going to get around that tree? No, he's going to fool around and do something else. All right, I had to fire Tim. Then I fired Craig. Oh, Craig never works. I shouldn't have fired Craig. Now who's working? Oh, shoot. Stop. It was Craig again, then Bill. I fired them both. Who's driving now? Back to Tim. Tim, you're back on the job. I guess you can't stay mad at me. No, don't do that. Tim, where you going? Oh, I had to fire Tim again. He screwed up. What's going on? All right. Here we go. Steve didn't want to work. Now who's working? Well, Steve again. Steve. All right, well, let me get back to this. This is the shape of driver's license in Oregon. That's my wallet, by the way. Okay, so the shape of your credit card. Okay, it's shaped like that. An ID for a minor is this way. So the ID is taken, what do they call this? Portrait instead of landscape, so that you can tell they're a minor when they bring their card in. You can easily tell because it's that shape and not this shape. Silly minors. Tricks are for kids. All right, moving on. Where's the other plow? I forgot I had two plows going. How long's this guy been sitting here waiting for me? Long time. All right, let's put him in this field over here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a turnaround spot over here on this end and the other end. And then we can just hire somebody to get on with it. Get on with life. Andy's working, and Andy's not even here. They're a miner of coal, yeah. They're a coal miner. Have you ever heard the old jokes about coal miners? Miners in general. It's colder than a mine digger's butt. I'm being nice. It's as cold as a mine digger's butt. I guess mine diggers have cold butts. I don't know. But there's another one. It's as cold as a witch's you-know-what. And it kind of makes you wonder, well, how cold is that? I'll have to find me a witch and find out. Come here. Let me let me touch your witch-a-dinger and see how cold it is. You guys are nasty. Really, seriously. I don't know why I put up with it. Time to start seeding? No, it's not. I do one job at a time. I guess I wouldn't have to. I could hire somebody to do it. And I'm not doing pinto beans. I don't care what you say, Tim. And you shouldn't tell me anything. I'm going to probably plant whatever you tell me not to. If you tell me to plant pinto beans, I'll probably plant soybeans. I'm stubborn that way. Ask Scorpion. He'll tell you. I don't have a tractor is a problem. I guess I could borrow one. Could borrow this one, I guess. I can't remember. Did I buy 2 seeders? I don't recall. Poor Tim. Tim's going to be all frazzled. All right, here we go. Get this thing. Oh, it's filthy. Who ran this? Didn't wash it. Must have been me. Is it 2 o'clock yet? Oh my God, it's not. Cold as a witch's tit ass. Is that what that means? Or titas? Titas. Okay, you're going to get me in trouble, Scorp. I have no reason to do pinto beans. They sell like crap. You don't make any money. And they don't make no windrow. Not that I want any windrow. Windrow just means extra work for me. For not very much money. If you know what I mean. All right, I don't know what the hell to do here. Let's see. This field is kind of weird shaped. But first it was pinto beans. Now it's black beans. Make up your mind. I got soybeans, black beans, pinto beans. Okay, I don't know what that is. Let's plant. I'm going to plant whatever that is. I don't know what it is. I can't tell. It doesn't say. I could look it up, but I don't want to. Well, I'm going about this the wrong dang way. All right. All right, who's doing it? Craig's doing it. Okay, Craig, do a good job. These are Tim's black beans. Plant turnips. No thanks. You know, back in the day, it's Halloween. How about some Halloween trivia? Historical trivia. back in the olden days, and I'm talking longer than I've been around, they used to decorate. They used to carve turnips until somebody finally came along with a pumpkin, and they said, "You know what? Pumpkins would be easier to carve. Why are we carving turnips?" So that's how they got started doing pumpkins instead of turnips. You'd have to go back with. Jagan wants to go as Mr. Peabody. Anybody know who Mr. Peabody is? He didn't think I knew. And I said, "Who's going to go as Sherman?" And he looked at me and he says, "Nobody." And I said, "Well, I guess next you're going to tell me they don't have a Wayback Machine?" And he looked at me. "How'd you know that? Are you kidding? That was that cartoon. That was a cartoon when I was a kid. If you're going to pick a cartoon, pick something, that's new." I don't even know if they have new cartoons anymore. Now they would say the cartoons that I grew up with would be violent, because we used to knock the hell out of the Wile E. Coyote guy. That Roadrunner used to torment that guy. They'd probably say that was too mean for kids to watch nowadays. This would be somebody that hasn't been to a school and know that these kids are terrible. Kids are mean. They treat each other awful. They have for years. There's nothing worse than kids to each other. They're just mean and nasty. Them watching Wile E. Coyote get beat up every week by the Roadrunner isn't going to change that. It isn't going to make it worse. Violent and racist. Well, everything's racist now. I don't even think they do. Well, look. We got people who can't define what a woman is telling us that we're racist. If they can't even define a woman, how are they defining a racist? I don't even think anybody owns a dictionary anymore, because they don't know what words mean anymore. I don't know what they're teaching them in school. Evidently nothing. Kids they're not teaching cursive anymore, so kids can't even sign their own name now. All right, something's goofy here. Let's, I'm going to have to, he's going crooked for one thing. Must be, oh, shoot, I hit a tree. I didn't mean to do that. Stupid trees. Why did you put a tree on your field? That's so stupid. Now you can't even say stupid anymore, because that's a mean word. Stupid is mean. Oh no. What's that? Leave me alone. That's dumb. I don't think so, Spectrum. It says my internet speed just went up 600 times or something. Or I don't think so. I'm paying almost $200 a month for my internet because I have a commercial account, so I can get the best internet, which isn't that good. If you've got fiber optics, you've got 10 times what I got. But I live on the coast. Hey, Lori's here. When did she get here? Lori snuck in the back door on me. Andy's been coming in really late lately. Tuesday he didn't get here till oh gosh, maybe 45 minutes before I stopped recording. Last Thursday he was in for maybe 15 minutes and then left and never came back. He has to take care of Jenny, so I'm sure he's pretty busy. He told me last week. He told me he's been so busy with taking care of Jenny that he's been drinking store-bought beer. Poor guy. Oh, they're laying fiber. Is it for you? Is it a company you use? The fiber? Because fiber's supposed to be pretty damn fast. I could check. I could do a speed test and see what I'm getting. I'll have to do it on the other computer though. Let's flip over there. Do a quick speed test. See what we get. Of course, I'm live streaming. That's going to take up a lot of my bandwidth, isn't it? Probably isn't going to be a real test because I'm live streaming. Yeah, it's not going to be. Plus, I'm on a VPN, so it doesn't know I'm home. Yeah, I'm only getting 320 download, and that's not very good. And I'm upload, but like I said, I'm live streaming and I'm on a VPN. So that's gonna cause a problem. So that's not a good test. I'll have to do it later. Later, Tater. I have to do it later, Tater. We have it on our area too, but I rather find out how to get Elon's. Oh, well, that's pretty easy. I've checked on Elon's. You just give them your zip code, and they can tell you if it's available. I might have to get one of Elon's phones too, because Elon's phone is a satellite phone. You don't need a stinking tower. You get a signal anywhere. And it's about it's at least a couple $100 cheaper than the iPhone. And I think the iPhone only has a couple of things that it does that Elon's phone doesn't do. The iPhone was like $1,300, and Elon's was just a little bit over $1,000. So yeah, the iPhone was at least $200 to $300 more money than Elon's phone. Elon has a new tablet out now too, so he's working on taking over the iPad. I'm paying more right now than I would for Elon. I might get one of Elon's because my house is so big, and the internet's on one side. It's not on the other side. But I have a couple of boosters in the house to take the Wi-Fi out to the other end of the house where the apartment is, and it works pretty good. But you do have a little bit of buffering every once in a while. So I was thinking about getting one of Elon's internet things and putting it on that side. I can put the panel up on the roof. So it only cost me another $130 or $120 or something. And they got a little one now. They got a mini one that works really good. And the mini one you could put on your car and use it while you're driving. And supposedly, the other one isn't made for that, but I've talked to people that travel and they say they've used it that way. And even though it's not supposed to get a good signal when it's traveling, it does. They said they've been using it that way in their RV and it works just fine. So it's just not advertised that way, I guess. Trapper. I'm not sure, but maybe. Trapper sounds funny because the very first thing that came in mind was what was that doctor that played in MASH? Wasn't his name one of the doctors named Trapper John or something like that? There was some show that had a guy by the name of Trapper in it, and that's when I saw your name just now. That's what popped into my head, and I remember that popping in my head before, so it was probably you. So yeah, and that if that's the case, then yeah, I remember. I'm funny that way. I don't remember people's names very easily, so I have to associate it with something. I'll give you an example. There was a guy I knew, his name was Noah. Well, guess what I thought of whenever I saw him? I thought of an ark. And that's how I remembered his name. I would see him and I say, oh, that's the ark guy. His name's Noah. Because I couldn't remember his name. So I associate things like that with people's names so I can remember their name. Oh, really? Huh. I think I just went right to it. There's Andy. Hey, Andy. How's Andy doing? You okay, buddy? Are you still drinking that nasty beer from the store? Trapper John MD. Yes, that's Scorpion. Yeah. Wasn't that from MASH? Or was that a spin-off show? Because they did make a spin-off of Trapper. I can't remember who played the part. It was some actor, I'm sure. Matt says it's time for me to have a soda. So there you go.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we got Baja Splash. Baja Blast. I called it Splash, didn't I? I was wrong. I keep forgetting my camera's over here. So I have an automatic container. It's just it's powered by gravity. Where's my camera? There's my camera. Okay, and it just drops in on its own. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Loads itself. Well, that wasn't much of a pop. When I pop a top on one, I want it to go psh. I popped the top on this and it went conk. I'm a little worried. Jonesing. We're jonesing for a soda. Oh, that's cold. And so refreshing. Now, I was told that Baja Blast is a seasonal product. So I'm wondering how long I'll be able to get it. Now, Jeff drinks something called, oh shoot. Something, well, I don't remember. It's a red. It's Mountain Dew with cherry taste to it. Code Red. Yeah, Jeff drinks something called Code Red. He bought me a case of that because he keeps drinking all my soda. Bum. What a bum. Anyway, that's okay. He pays me rent for his room, So Scorpion and I were talking the other day on Discord, and Scorpion says to me, "Rudy, I tried a new soda that you probably like." And I said, "Really? What model is it?" And he said, it's a, and he couldn't remember. He said, it's a 7-Up. And I said, "Oh, Shirley Temple." And he said, "Yeah, that's it." And I said, "Yeah, stuff is great, man." So he tried to fool me like there was something new that I didn't know about. But you know me, I know everything. I see everything. I hear everything. So he couldn't get me. I'd already had some, and man, that stuff is good. I'd drink that by the gallon. That stuff. I wouldn't tell anybody I was drinking it. They'd think I was a pussy or something. Right now, they think I'm a pussy cat because I drink Mountain Dew, and that's what cats drink. Well, there. But Shirley Temple, that sounds kind of femmy to me. Hey, look, this field got finished without me. I wonder if it did a good job. Let's go find out. Yeah, I think I like Baja Blast better, but it may be only because I've been drinking so much of it. The Code Red is okay, and the reason I say that, and it hurts me to say that, because cherry is my favorite fruit. Cherry, I like cherry, anything cherry. I like anything that's cherry. Okay, so I missed a patch right there, but I'm not worried about it because the cedar I have is also it also cultivates. So I don't have to worry about me missing a little bit of stubble there. It'll take care of it. Right? Right. Kids love Shirley Temples? I bet they do. Because that's all they can get in the bars when they go into the saloon. They can't have whiskey. They can't have beer. They have to have Shirley Temples in the bars. Because they're minors. Minors only drink that kind of stuff. They don't drink the hard stuff. Because they work with minors work with dynamite, and they can't be allowed to work with dynamite if they're drinking alcohol. So they have to drink Shirley Temples. Those minors. Does that make sense? Minor 49ers. I always have a soft spot in my heart for minor 49er. There's a restaurant. It's a hamburger joint in Yakima, my home area, called Miners, and they have a hamburger that the recipe they got from a big chain in like California, and I don't remember the name of the chain. If I heard it, I would know immediately. But the guy used to work for that big chain, and then he came to the Yakima Valley, and he was doing stuff and decided he wanted to start a hamburger joint, and he already had this recipe from this other big company, and it's like a secret recipe, supposedly. But anyway. So I have a soft spot for Miners. It's my favorite place to go. I don't go through that area of the country without stopping to get a Miner burger. I just won't. I've had hundreds of those over the years because I grew up there. That's where we went. But there was another place called in Toppenish that was a place where all us high school kids went at lunchtime. We would walk down to this Does anybody know what a soda jerk is? Or a soda bar? This was a place back in the 50s and 60s. We had places like this where you went in and you got a malted milk drink, and the sodas they had were you didn't buy a bottle of pop. They had sodas behind the bar, kind of thing, like a tavern would have. And they made their own. They didn't have a cherry Coke. Nobody had cherry Coke, but this place had a cherry Coke, and it was homemade. I mean, he'd just pour Coke in a big soda glass and pour some cherry. What do they call that? Oh God, I can't remember. Sticky stuff. Cherry, not juice. Cherry. Oh, I can't think of the word. It's a liquid, a sticky liquid, thick, that you would use to flavor something. Anyway, they made their own cherry Cokes. Oh my God, they were good. He had a drink called the Zombie, and it was pretty much he'd get this soda glass and he'd walk by and just put every soda that he had in it, and it was kind of a bluish color at the end, and he called it the Zombie, and had homemade hamburgers this friggin' big. He would peel potatoes every morning. He'd peel tons of potatoes. Then he had this way of cutting them into French fries, and he made his own French fries. And oh my God, they were good. That was a place to go. Everybody went there at lunch at school, and it was called the 49er. So when I say Miner 49er, it kind of has a double meaning. I use that for both restaurants. One was called Miners and one was called 49er. So the 49er, which was for the miner. It wasn't Miner 49ers. It was just the 49er. I guess the guy, maybe he was a miner. I don't know. He might have been a miner. Everybody's a miner at some point, aren't they? I mean, I wasn't born 70 years old, and I'm not 70 years old still. Is Double Aught here? Who we calling a jerk? Double Aught, how you doing? Syrup. Thank you, Double Aught. I knew Aught would know. Cherry syrup. Yeah, he would use a cherry syrup. And he had other things. Because what a soda jerk is they would make sodas it's kind of like a milkshake, but not really. It's a drink, and they would mix them up in a great big tumbler, a glass tumbler, and they called the guy that did that a soda jerk, because he's jerking the thing well, it'd be like beer. When you go in to have a beer, they've got the thing that they pull and pour a beer. Well, that's the same thing, only it was soda instead of alcohol. But they would make you a milkshake, a sundae, a malted milk drink. They don't have places like that anymore. And food that you can't get anywhere anymore. The kind of food you get now, it's killing you. Stuff is nasty. How did he get through those two trees? That's my question. How did that happen? I love this plow. This plow. The thing I like the best about the plow is the sounds that it makes. The clickety-clack, railroad track, that kind of thing. This is my field, isn't it? Listen. Even the wheels, when they get set in place, and the hydraulics, and when it hits the ground, you hear it. Oh, I love it. I don't know what field this is. Where am I? I don't know. Where am I? Where am I? I don't know where I'm at. Oh, I got cleanup to do on that other field. Is that me up here? No, that's somebody else. That's a cedar. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, I'm over here. Oh, well, poopla. See, that's what happens when I hire somebody and let them do. They don't know what the hell they're doing. There was a drugstore around here that used to have a soda jerk as well. Closed down because of, yeah. I don't think that can ever happen again. What happened with that, with the big C? I don't think that'd happen again. I don't think people would put up with it. Closing the whole country down because of that. That was wrong. We should have never done that. And we weren't the only country that did it. Every country shut their places up and put people out of work. They put businesses out of business. It was awful. Should have never happened. I know I've had it 3 times, and I've gotten sick from the poke, and not only that, I still have lingering medical problems because of it that I would never have had. Plus the fact that I've been sicker many, many times before than I was when I got that. And here they tell me it was going to kill me. Didn't kill me. Took away my hearing, took away sense of taste, took away a sense of smell. Fortunately, I got the sense of taste and smell back, but I still have a hearing loss. I still have a hearing loss, and I still have a problem every once in a while. It comes back. And that never would have happened. And it was the stupid poke that did that. All right, who we got working? John is here on the plow today. Well, the symptoms were kind of strange. So if you had some of the symptoms, you probably had it. If you couldn't taste food, or you couldn't smell food, that was something weird. I've had pneumonia several times. I've had the flu many times, and I never lost my sense of smell or taste. And of course there were other things. I had my hearing went away. I went deaf for a while. Some people lost vision for a while. You never had that with anything else. Did Andy? Did I ask you if you're still drinking store-bought beer? Because I forgot to look. I get bad on the chat. I don't follow the chat as close as I should. I mean, there's a delay. Everybody knows there's a delay when you stream and stuff. And I don't like it because when I ask a question, I sincerely want to know, or I wouldn't ask the question. And then I get watching the screen or there's such a delay that by the time somebody answers me, I've missed it. And kind of, I don't know, makes me look like I'm 71 years old or something and can't remember anything. All right, let's move it on. Oh, look who's done. Missed a few places, didn't he? Well, let's clean it up. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Let's just move on. There's some places that missed. I can see them on the field, but I don't care. It's not worth the fuel. Don't be such a fuel. I swear I thought I had two. Oh, you know what? I did have two seeders, but I remember not using them for week after week after week, and then one day I noticed that they had been leased, and I thought, oh my God, I've been paying a lease on this thing for months now, and I returned them. So that's where it was. It was a lease. I had two of them because one of them was leased, and I turned it back in and then never bought it again. And he said he's got a keg to try later. My favorite, an IPA. Okay, so according to Andy, it takes him a full keg to test to see if it's any good. How do you keep from getting drunk? I got a keg I'm going to try later. Are you? I won't know if it's any good till I hit the bottom of the keg. And then I say, oh man, that was really good. Now what am I going to do? It's empty. All right, let's see. I'm going to do some wild stuff. Let's do some wild stuff. Let's do some carrots. I haven't done carrots, I don't think. I'll try that. Who's driving? John again. Boy, John's been working up a storm today. What's happening here? What field is this? Where am I? I'm lost. Is that my field next door? Is this mine? It is mine. Okay. Well, let's just move to the next field then. All righty. That guy's done too. Jeez, what have I been doing? 32 pints to test. That's a lot of beer, Andy. Andy keeps drinking. He keeps going back to the keg, filling up his pint, his stein, saying, well, I'm not quite sure. I have to try some more. Well, wait a minute. That tastes pretty good, but oh, no, there's still something. I just can't tell. I'll try a little more. Next thing you know, the keg's gone. All right, let's stop him. John, sorry, I have to let you go. Because you can't be backing all the way back up every time. That ain't right. Sorry, John. Let's put an end to it here. Then he won't have to back up. 32 pints in a keg, huh? It's a lot of beer. That'll put a little bit of froth in your beard. I can get this turned around. All right, let's go this way. No, come on. Drop it like it's hot. Chewy! It's chewy. I told you guys, I got a message from Steve the farmer. Steve-O the farmer from Australia last night sent me a message that he watched the live stream all the way through and saw Addie at the end. And he said, "Oh my God, she must be pretty shy. She was there and then immediately just disappeared." He said he thought it was pretty funny. So yeah, she didn't know I was still recording. She got into camera. So I was watching a show about Halloween, like I told you earlier, the history of Halloween and stuff. The trick or treat thing, it is different. It means something different now because now it's like, if you don't give me candy, I'm going to play a trick on you. That's not how it was started. The way it started was you went to people's houses and you had to do a trick to earn your candy. So it was like a trick would be if you did a little dance a little jig, or if you sang a song, or you whistled, or you did something, they would call them a trick. Do me a little trick, and then here's your candy as a reward. So it's a little bit different back in the olden days. $80 pints to make this week. What happens if you can't drink all the beer you make? Do you just not make any more, or do you just throw it away, or you just drink it all and say to hell with your liver? Yep, doctor says I shot my liver. If anybody recognizes that, I'll be surprised. Like Andy would throw it away. You see Andy carrying a keg of beer through the house on his shoulder, not realizing that the bung was loose and it's dripping out down his back. A little drafty in the house today. All right, who's working? Bill! Oh my God, Bill's working. You go, Bill. Okay, so I don't know where I'm at. Is this the one? Okay, I think this is the one. All right, so that's my field over there, so I can. But I can't get over there. Let's pick up this. Okay, I don't think I can get through this gate, so I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I still can't get through it. The thing's too big. So I gotta do this. This right here. We're gonna do. We'll do that. Spread this thing out again. Reel or teleport? Commute time for Scorp. He must be working from home. Anybody bought any gold or silver? Because I would have a long time ago. Carol won't let me. Carol's old-fashioned. She thinks that things are safe in banks. That's not the point. Because if you think about it, the money you have is just paper. It don't mean jack squat. All right, who's plowing? Steve, talking about Steve the farmer. Steve, I know Steve likes to plow. He's a plower from way back. Oh, Steve. Oh, he hit a tree, though. Come on, Steve, go watch your trees. No, stop. Uh-oh, I just fired Steve. Look at that. That tree is actually on the field. That ain't right. That's not right. Why would you do that? I'm going to pull away from the field a little bit. Let's just do that. Now I had to fire Steve. Chewy's on now. Let's see if I can get Chewy to miss that tree up ahead here. And then I got this guy. And this guy can now move over to a different field. Just trading it. Yeah, I did. I did used to be a banker. She didn't trust me then either. See, most of my money's invested, and I can't get to it. I mean, I can get to it. I can take the interest off of it, and that's what I'm retired on. Is the interest off of it, but it's invested. I'm talking about cold cash. Like, if you go in your bedroom and unzip your mattress and you got some money in there, I'm talking about that kind of cash. I've got a savings account that my money from YouTube goes in, if I ever get any. And Carol's got a savings account that every month I put money in from when it's payday. I'll put a bit of money in it for taxes at the end of the year, or emergencies. If a tire pops and we need a new tire, I've got a savings account that I put money into every month for that. Christmas comes around, you want to have a little bit of money spent for Christmas. Here you go. I put a little money in this account every month so that it builds up. And that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking about. Both those are savings accounts. Well, when I was a banker or a savings account, you could make 8, 9, 10% interest on a savings account. Now you don't make anything on a savings account. You have a savings account, and at the end of the year, you get 15 cents interest. It's just nothing anymore. So I've got this money in a regular savings account. It ain't making anything for me, and it's just paper. If something happened to the economy and I went to the bank and they say, sorry, we can't get to your money because the economy's so bad that your money's, anything could happen. Power could go out. Maybe we're going to have power out for a year. Where are you going to get money? Because you don't have money anymore. Nobody has money anymore. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get it out of the field. So anyway, I was thinking about buying some gold or some silver, but Carol won't let me. She thinks it's risky. I don't know why you'd think that. The government's still talking about going back to the gold standard. We haven't been in the gold standard for years. As a matter of fact, there's probably people don't even know what the gold standard was. All these young whippersnappers. Our money used to be based on gold. That's what Fort Knox was for. And so let's say we had $1 trillion worth of gold. Well, that meant the government was worth $1 trillion. Here's my dollar bill. My dollar bill is worth $1 because it's backed by gold. Well, we got rid of that gold standard years ago. Our money now, they just print it up, and it's worth nothing, really. And then, of course, we've got debt from other countries, debt against us that we owe other countries, and it gets larger all the time. That's what they're talking about when they talk about the national debt. We owe money to other countries like nobody's business, and we keep giving it away when we don't have it. I can't tell you how much money they give away that we don't have. So anyway, they're talking about going back to the gold standard. But right now, you notice a lot of people are talking about buy gold, protect your money. So anyway, yeah, I was thinking about it. Hey, Rob's working. You go, Rob. Well, that's what you got to be careful of too, though. You got to be careful. Where do you buy your gold? Because sometimes when you buy gold, you're buying. They keep the gold. And you say, okay, we've got in our vault, we've got 2 bars of gold that belong to you. How do you know they have it? How do you know they're going to have it when you need it? So there's a lot of places that sell gold that way. You're buying gold, but it's just like buying stocks. You don't really have anything. The money you have is just in paper. It doesn't really, it's not backed by anything right now, really. But anyway, so if I was to do that, I would buy it from a place where you actually get the gold. Then you'd have to have a safe of some kind. But that's okay. I got a gun safe that's pretty good. And, could always dig a hole in the backyard, have somebody mine for it. But yeah, I would want the gold or silver that I actually had myself. And then what you could do is you go to your local bank and get a safety deposit box. I have a safety deposit box, a big one, that I put important papers in and things like that. Deeds to car or titles for cars, deeds to property, that kind of stuff. But then you're still relying on a bank that you can't get into anytime you want to. And, something could happen to the building. Something could happen to the bank itself. And then how do you get to your safety deposit box? What happens if a bank goes bankrupt and somebody else buys the property? How do you get to your safety deposit box? How do you prove it's yours? I think about stuff like that a little bit. So you'd probably want to get a safe of your own. And then I got lots of guns, so I can protect it. And it's in a gun safe. You'd be surprised just by putting a little bit of money away every month. You'd be surprised. It does add up after time. That's the secret of it. I keep telling my kids and stuff, put something away. Well, we don't. We can't afford it. Look, you don't have to put $1,000 a month away. Just put $5. Start someplace. Don't go get that pizza for $15 tonight. Don't get it. Take that $15, put it in the bank. Just one pizza a month. Just one. Stop doing something that's killing you, like smoking. You stop smoking. Take the money you put in cigarettes and put it in the bank. It'll add up over time. Time is the secret. Now, I told you I had 2 savings accounts. I don't put a lot of money in there. I see. I've got a small retirement from a little job that I used to have. That I only had the job for about a year, but I put enough money into their retirement plan that every month I get a check for $33 every month. This is from General Electric. I worked for General Electric for 1 year, and I had enough money in their retirement program that every month I get a check for $33. Well, what do you do with $33? Well, I can tell you what I do with mine. My cell phone bill is a little bit less than $30 a month. It's right there at $33 a month, a little bit less. That little check pays for my phone every month. So there you go. Now, like I said, that wasn't much money, but it was invested, and time, it was worth something. $33. I've got about 20 grand in one of those little savings accounts that I just put a few dollars in every month. That's what I'd buy the gold with. Carol's got almost, she's got almost 10 in hers that I put a little bit of money in every month. Now, hers is a little different because that's what I use if I need money for taxes. At the end of the year, when I figure out my taxes and the state says I owe them $500, okay, that's where that money comes from, is her account. I just take $500 and send it to the IRS. But we've got almost 10 in that one, so I got about $30,000 just sitting there in two savings accounts, making no money, just from throwing $5, $6 a month in. It adds up. It just takes time. And if you tell me you can't afford it, that's BS. Give up something. Maybe don't eat out every day. You know, you can find $5 or $10 a month if you just try and put it away over 10, 15, 20, 30 years. It'll be worth something. But they won't listen. My kids won't listen. Oh, we can't afford to. We can't. We're living paycheck to paycheck. Everybody lives paycheck to paycheck. Don't give me that. It doesn't work. As Double-Lot said, I used to be a banker. I know all about money and how it works. All right, let's see. I've already done this one, but I missed someplace. So let's get this one and clean up that hole that's sitting in front of me there. Yeah, I worked for GE. I worked for RCA, and then RCA sold to what's that network? The Tonight Show network. Was that Ben? I missed that. Was it Ben Wagner? Ben Wagner gets a tractor. Somebody can give Ben a tractor if you would, please. Everybody that subscribes or follows gets a brand new tractor, the biggest, most expensive, best tractor that we can afford. Everybody gets one. So hang on a sec, and we'll get you a tractor. You get two if I do it, but it's harder for me to do it. There you go, Ben. Biggest, most expensive tractor we can afford. And it's easy to drive off. It only takes 2 fingers. Thanks for the subscribe. Bye. Thank you. And the Dancing Twinkies, thank you. Somebody told me those are minions. I know they're minions. Don't they look like Twinkies though? They look good enough to eat. I'd eat a Twinkie or two. I don't like the Twinkies anymore though. When they quit making them, I don't know if they changed the recipe or not because they don't quite taste the same to me. And I know they're smaller. They're smaller than they used to be. And they don't quite taste the same. So what I started doing was I started buying the special ones because I was used to the way a Twinkie tasted, right? I've had plenty of Twinkies in my life. I know what a Twinkie's supposed to taste like, and it didn't quite taste the same. So what we did is we started buying the banana-flavored Twinkies because they don't taste the same as a regular Twinkie. So, hey, these are good. You know, it could be that Hostess made a better banana Twinkie, but I wouldn't know that because I didn't have any. So the banana ones taste pretty good. So, and then my favorite ones are the Tiger Tails, but I don't know who makes those. Scorpion probably does. He buys stuff like that for his kids, doesn't he? The Tiger Tails, they got like strawberry, I don't know, frosting or something on them. Those little red stripes, whatever they are. All right, now where do I go? Maybe I better go check first before I start messing around. Let me get my wings on. Hey, look at that thing's moving. Did you know that thing moved? That airbag up there. Look, see, it's moving. You can tell because the little circle. I don't know if you can see that circle. Do you guys see a circle in the middle? That thing? Anyway, see? The hot air balloon, I didn't know it did. I've seen it many, many times. I noticed it a while back and mentioned it, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's see. We don't have anybody in this field, so... And that guy's not done yet. So let's go grab him and put him in that field. Is a tiger tail a donut? No, it looks like a Twinkie. It looks like a Twinkie, only it's got red stripes through it at an angle. You know, kind of. Like if this was a Twinkie, the red stripes go at an I can't do it, at an angle like that down through it. And I think they're strawberry flavored, the stripes. But it's just like a Twinkie. It's got the creamy stuff in the middle. But I don't know who makes them. It could be Hostess. But Hostess out of business now. Out of business. They are out of business. What am I doing? I don't know. What am I doing? Am I in the machine? No, I'm not. There. Okay. No wonder it wouldn't work. All right, so we're going to go into this field over here that's got the little dog leg on it. Tiger tail. Oh, yeah, this is the old plow. The other one was green now, isn't it? Scorpion wanted me to make it pink, and I didn't do it. I should have. Look how close this is to the fence. Man, I don't like that. All right, who's working? John again. My God, John's a plowing machine. Haven't seen John today. What's going on here? Oh, this is weird. This is weird. Is that... Oh, it says there are carrots on it. So it's planted. Well, that's weird. Huh. Well, I guess it's ready. Now we got to do this one over here. Oh, I see what's going on. He missed a whole row. That's okay. We'll catch it. Hostess isn't out of business, not the name anyway. Oh, so maybe they bought the... Did they actually buy the name when they bought the company? All I know is they changed the recipe or something. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I know they're smaller, though. I do know that for a fact, that they are smaller than they used to be. But then isn't everything? All right, who's got that one? John again. What is going on? I got a tiger by the tail. It's plain to see. And if you squeeze it in the middle, it creams all over me. I've seen people eat things different, don't they? Have you ever seen the people that take Oreo cookies and twist them apart and then use their teeth to scrape the white stuff off the cookie and then eat the cookie? That's stupid, man. The only way to eat Oreo cookies, get yourself a little glass of milk and dip it in there and let it soak up and then eat it. That's the way to eat an Oreo. So, but I also used to know people that would take a Twinkie, they'd bite the end off of it and suck all the cream out of it. You know, it's like, well, then the rest of the Twinkie don't taste right if you do that. That ain't right. You guys don't know how to eat food. Come on. There's a, you'd have to look it up, but there is a YouTube channel that what the guy does is he takes stuff that you buy from the store and he reverse engineers it and then gets the recipe so that you can make the thing at home yourself. And I remember when he did Twinkies. I can't remember the name of his channel. It'd probably be easy to find. You know, just put a few little buzzwords in there. You'll probably find it. But yeah, he reverse engineers stuff, and he tells you, okay, here's how you make a Twinkie. And he's done that with many different things that people buy, so you can make them at home. I remember making donuts at home when we were kids. We couldn't afford stuff like that, so like we had our own form of popsicle. We used an ice tray, regular ice tray, and toothpicks, and we would pour Kool-Aid into the ice tray and put a toothpick in it and freeze it, and then we had Kool-Aid popsicles. I can't remember. I think strawberry was my favorite, or cherry probably. The grape ones were pretty good. Actually, I think the grape ones were the best because the grape ones, for some reason, the grapes always had the best flavor. What am I trying to say? The grape ones were the ones that had the most flavor. Let's put it that way, because it's Kool-Aid. It's watered down, whatever it is. If it's strawberry, it's watered down strawberry flavor. It's Kool-Aid, man. I guess it depended because back in the day we didn't have diet stuff. You had to put a ton of sugar in Kool-Aid, and so I suppose if you put more sugar in it, it'd probably have more flavor. Of course, the only reason we had plenty of sugar was because my dad worked as a sugar boiler in a sugar factory, which was probably one of the best jobs you could get there, was the actual sugar boiler. The sugar boiler was the one that actually made the sugar at the end of the process, because you get these sugar beets in, they have to be cleaned and washed and cut and sliced, and then you have to add, they have to cook, you have to add. I was a chemist, so I was the one that they would send me a sample of the beet, and I would check it for acidity and the pH levels and all that kind of stuff. there were certain tests that we could use with hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid and break it down. And so, yeah, that was my job. I was one of, because we had shift work, I was one of the chemists and worked in a lab. And my dad was on the other end. So every hour, somebody would run down into the factory and they would bring a sample. We called them sample runners. And they would come into the lab with a sample of the sugar at each stage of becoming granulated sugar. And so each stage I would have to do a different experiment on it or a different test on it to figure out what they need to do with it. And the information that I had would then go to whomever was in charge of doing whatever it was. If they were the people that were cooking the beet, I would tell them to do this or do that. Maybe they're pull the temperature down a little bit. But by the time it got up to the sugar boiler, they needed to know, okay, you need to add this in it to make the pH level a little bit different. And as they were making the sugar. But long story short, my dad was one of the boilers. And so that was one of the best paying jobs in the plant. And he was able to, he would bring bags of sugar home with him. And so we had plenty of sugar to eat. Probably not good for us, but plenty of sugar to eat. Well, I know it's not good for you. Sugar's poison, man. Sugar really is poison. It is poisonous. It just makes things sweet, and it makes you addicted to it. But it is poison. Your body doesn't like it. Right. Next field up. Did I get that? Oh, did I finish that end? What? Where am I? I don't know where I'm at. Is this the one that had the dog leg in it? Which field am I in? Okay. I think I'm in that one. Yeah, that's not. No, 9 is the one, and somebody else is driving 9. Who's driving 9?
Oh, yeah.
John again. John's doing everything, man. Andy, cheers. Hostess isn't out of business. They cheaped out. Yeah, there you go. Redeem. I was too busy talking to listen to what Scorpion had to say. That's my job, though. I'm the talker. You're the listener. That's my job. Remember that guy, guys? Remember that guy that sent me a comment and said, my God, does this guy ever stop talking? Yeah, that's my job. I should record that song. Or that sound. You record the sound of somebody swallowing. Oh. All right. Andy's into the meat again. I got him thinking about sugar and honey. So he had to have a little bit of mead. Well, everybody, I guess it's that time again. So if you live in America, which some of yous do, don't forget Sunday you get an extra hour sleep this Sunday. So, this Saturday night, let's say that. Saturday night, you're going to get an extra hour. Don't forget to set your clocks back. So, it's a spring forward, fall back. So you drop it down. If you go to bed at 10, it's actually only 9 o'clock. So fix your clocks. Don't be late for work. Well, you wouldn't be late for work, would you? How's that work? Maybe you would. If you fall back, you'd lose an hour, wouldn't you? No, you gain an hour. Well, anyway, make sure you change your time. Have a good Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Andy, take care of Jenny. And Lori, take care of Rob. Andy, take care of your cat. Scorpion has to take care of everybody else. And I'm on my own, so there you go. No, not really. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.